Hey guys, welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I'm Greg, and that is a 1970 El Camino with a 396 under the hood, hooked up to an automatic transmission. She is black and beautiful. Now these are really rare beasts. I tell you, a lot of guys drove these into the ground because again, it was a really cool car and it was a work truck. I can't tell you, I mean, I was in the construction business. I still saw El Caminos out there being used as work trucks. I mean, very cool vehicle they came up with here. And to put a big block in it, I tell you, she was a rocket ship too. That black paint is beautiful. Love the white stripes. They did a beautiful job on it. The body lines are all looking good. She's got a nice smooth finish. When you lay your hand on there, it is just as soft as can be. All the trim looks like it's polished up, looking good. It's either polished up, re-chromed, and or new. I mean, look at the stance on the thing too, man. The Magnum 500s, actually those aren't Magnum 500s, those are Oldsmobile wheels. They're like SS396 wheels, but they're all chrome, and they're looking beautiful on here. Now check out the interior. Gorgeous also. That door panel looks like it's brand new. And then the dash itself's in beautiful shape. We got the bench seat in there, so if you're a worker guy, you can get 3 guys in the front seat there and head to work. Of course, I don't think I'd use this as a work vehicle. This is more like a show car. Take this to any car show, you're gonna draw a crowd because everybody's gonna say, I used to have one of those, or my dad used to have one of those. Such a cool vehicle here, especially to be a 1970. Very cool, very well kept. You can tell they really started out with a nice vehicle when they did the restoration on this thing. She is a beauty. The door jambs all look nice and clean. And then the reflections in the paint are just unbelievable. Got our gas-filled door right here looking sweet. All the trim back here, all the chrome, everything looking good. Look at those backup lights in the tailgate. The tailgate on these things is so cool. You got a little handle here. This little lever right here is what opens it. Now, if you're looking at an El Camino, make sure you look at the bottom of the gate, because again, these things filled up with water and they rotted out. You can see the floor is looking beautiful in here. They went with a satin black on the floor, which is very cool. Tell you, the top of the rail here, all polished up, looking good. The reflections in that paint looking good. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we buy every one of our vehicles. We do not do consignment. We have a whole buy team that searches the whole United States. They look in periodicals, they're on the net, we're getting phone calls. We screen every one of them with hundreds of pictures. We get all the descriptions, and then once we've picked out our favorites, we head out and look at each one of the vehicles personally or have them professionally inspected. So stick with us, we're gonna look at a lot more on this car. It is El Camino time, let's go. Big block under the hood. I tell you what, you want to talk about a sweetheart, this is one sweetheart right here. Now, one of my dad's buddies, who was actually a business partner in the trucking business, I'm gonna go the other way, the semi-truck's gonna stop. It'll turn on a dime. Anyway, getting back to my story. He had one of these. I don't remember what year it was. I was pretty little, but it was a 4-speed, and I got to sit in the middle, and he'd push in on the clutch, and I'd shift gears for him. So that was one of my first experiences shifting gears. I was just a little guy. I was an old farm boy, so of course we did all our own mechanicing. We worked on the tractors, the semi-trucks. We did everything. So back to this thing. This thing is absolutely beautiful. We're going to take it back to the shop here in a minute. We're gonna put it up on the lift. We're gonna show you how beautiful the bottom side is. She is gorgeous. She sounds amazing, man. Sitting there idling, ka-chunk, 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 man. It just sounds amazing. So we'd love to have you come out and visit us. So if you've got the time, hop in your car, hop on an airplane. We're close to the airport if you've got to fly to see us. If you want to send an inspector, got no problem with an inspector, just give us a call, let us know you're coming. We do have a lot of cars in stock, so every now and then there'll be 4 or 5 or 6 cars in the way of moving cars around. So we got to play a little car Tetris to get your favorite car out. So just let us know you're coming. That way we can have it all ready for you. And if you want to put it up on the lift, we'll put it up on the lift for you. Tell you what, the exhaust just sounds amazing on this thing. Now down here on the dash, everything's looking good on the dash. It looks like the speedo's working. The clock is not working. It looks like it's got an aftermarket radio in it. Now right next to the radio, you'll see a hole in the dash. I believe that's where the lighter used to go. And I'll have the guys put a new lighter mechanism in there for you so you don't have that hole in the dash. And you'll be able to plug in your cell phone and all that good stuff. So stick with us. We're headed back to the shop right now where we're going to put this thing up in the air so we can show you how nice the bottom side is. And don't forget, we're right here in the Motor City. This is where all the good stuff happened back in the day. We're right here at 15100 Keel Street in Plymouth, Michigan. So stick with us. We're going in the air right now. We are underneath the El Camino now, and it is pretty under here. As you can see, she's got a brand new tank. I see a lot of new hardware there. I also see new exhaust. The frame's all nicely painted. Everything's looking good. The shocks look like they're fairly new. We got a 12-bolt rear end in there. Looks like the brakes have been apart, and our guys will still take the brakes all apart and make sure they're in good working order. We've got a 373 gear in that rear end, and it is posi also. It looks like the bushings here are new too. Everything looking sweet. We got brand new hangers on the exhaust. It looks like Flowmaster mufflers. It's all tucked up in there, nice and neat. I tell you what, you might want to put some mirrors underneath the car and just show this exhaust off. The floorboards are all nicely coated. Looks like it's a real thin bed liner material. We got a 4-speed automatic trans here. Everything looking sweet under here. Looks like the shocks up front are fairly new. Looks like the ball joints are fairly new. The bushings for the sway bar look new. The tie rod ends look new. The bushings up here on the sway bar look new. The sway bar looks like it's got new paint on it also. Backing plates have been all cleaned up. Looks like that upper ball joint, I see brand new bolts in it also. Core support's in good shape. Bottom side of the radiator's nice and clean. The chrome on the bumper's looking good. Front frame horns are nice and straight. I mean, everything under here is nice and tight, looking good. Then it looks like we got brand new BFGs up front and some brand new Magnums here. Or I should say Oldsmobile wheels. These babies are all chromed up just like the SS396 wheels, but they're chrome. Those Oldsmobile wheels sure look sharp. Now we've got two 1565 15s, and then look up at that black paint. Isn't it pretty? All looking good. I always check out the bottom edge of these front fenders. If you can get a finger up in behind there. You can also see that the frame is all nicely coated, looking good. Bottom side of the rocker, you can see that the painter wasn't afraid to bend over. Bottom side of the rocker is nice and clean. Out back here, we got some rubber here. I think I got two 75/60 15s out back. Same good looking chromed up wheel too. Let's lower this baby down and look under the hood. Under the hood here, we got 396 power. We got a 750 Holly sitting up on top. That is a 4-barrel for those of you who don't know. It is a dual feed. You can see that it's got a power brake booster set up on it. Master cylinder's all painted up nice. It's got stock exhaust manifolds on it. I see brand new shims in the upper control arms. Looks like it's got a fresh alignment. That Edelbrock aluminum intake's been coated, looking sweet. This is vacuum secondaries, and it is a single pumper on that Holly. The alternator looks like it's all cleaned up, looking good. We got Chevy orange on the motor. We do have power steering, power brakes, big old cross-flow radiator keeping this monster cool. Bottom side of the hood's all nicely painted, looking sweet. Guys, give us a call, 248-974-9513, and let Vanguard Motor Sales park this little dream in your driveway.